fighting to still live despite their lack of effort. This poem documents survival under medical neglect and systematic indifference, not as quiet endurance, but as active resistance. It names the labor of staying alive when care is withheld, frames survival as honor rather than failure, and insists on worth even when institutions deny it. Still living is not thriving. And still living is not joy, not happiness, not even clean grief or honest rage. Still living is existing. Breathe in. Feet on the floor. Pain humming in the background like static. No one else can hear. Still living is carrying everything without being held. I don't want to just exist anymore. I want to thrive. I want my systems to be managed as much as they can be. I want the wiring of the full spectrum out of reach every day. Joy, frustration, love, anger, because none of us are promised tomorrow. The effort lives in my heart, in my soul, and it grows heavy with trauma that keeps getting minimized. Get over it. Shut up. Put up. Give up. Just give up, McGeezy. You're going to die anyway. Why keep fighting? But every morning I choose life. I open my eyes. I put air in my lungs and I put my feet on the floor. And I keep moving. Even though I'm in physical pain, even though I'm in emotional pain or mental exhaustion, I stay for my partner. I stay for my kids. I don't need a long list. I only need a handful of people who love me, and that is enough for my reasons to live. What never should have been my responsibility was fighting for things like IV hydration after a doctor admitted I needed it and still refused to write an outpatient order. Instead, I was told, go to the ER, and then punished for going, delayed for hours, and dismissed. Subjected to a poor man's tilt table test and denied care because my body didn't perform on command. But pay your copay, receive nothing. I was told I didn't know my own dehydration or body. I didn't understand my body, even though I live here in it every day of my life. When I spoke up, they walked away. Fine, call patient relations. They were already closed. A supervisor arrived. She did nothing. I've gone more than 12 times since September for IV hydration at just their ER, but suddenly I'm making it up. I swallow anger just to survive. The anger of watching injustice happen in real time. While people stand on the sidelines, shrugging their shoulders. History has taught me what happens when people do nothing. I spoke to myself without blame. If I spoke to myself without blame, I would say, this is not your fault. Their behavior reflects on them, not you. You have survived more in 44 years than some people could survive in one lifetime. Yet wake up knowing the odds and you keep going anyway. You do not need to produce to be worthy. Honoring my effort would mean believing in my own words without demanding proof that harms me further. Believing is seeing, not the other way around. The parts of me that deserve gentleness are the younger ones, the ones told they didn't matter, the ones denied care, the ones silenced. I treat my children differently because of them. Survival gets mistaken for coping fine. People stare in disbelief at my story. Who would invent this? I have 3,500 pages of records that say otherwise at that hospital alone. Survival cost me relationships, friendships, work, income. A marriage that only existed because I didn't know I deserved more. Staying alive is resistance, not performance. I survived for my ancestors, for the child who was called dirty, told they would never be anything, for those who kept showing up anyway. My fight is honorable, even when society wants to dispose me. My will to live has always come from me. It hadn't, I would have died long ago. I validate myself now. I tell myself I'm valuable, capable, worthy of care. Even when no one answers my scream, their lack of effort tried to convince me my life mattered less, that I was lying, that I was wasting resources. Sometimes it almost worked, but the evidence lives inside of me, in my love, in what I still want to teach, in the care I give my family, in the future I refuse to abandon. Choosing myself now means asking for care, calling on my ancestors, refusing to disappear even when the system wishes I would. I'm fighting to still live, and I want more than survival. I want a life. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you want to survive, to live, to have a life, to be seen and heard? Wouldn't you?